Tim Petrowich of the Marion Daily Republican here with Marion head football coach Kerry Martin, our regular pregame visit heading into the middle of the season. It's game 5 already. First, coach, again, talk about last week's game. Very, very tough Cahokia team, and you were right there with them into the fourth quarter.
Well, we were real proud of the effort we gave. You know, of course, you're always disappointed you don't come up on the winning end. We had chances. You know, we had the ball inside the 20-yard line with 9 minutes to go and a chance to score, and we came away with no points. And of course, you second-guessed a lot of things. You know, and I know the kids have, and we as a coaching staff have, but they're also a very good football team that can make adjustments. And I thought they made some solid adjustments on the field in the second half against us to shut down some things that have been successful. But you know, overall, I told the kids after the game, it was a great effort. Anytime you pour that much into a ball game and give yourself a chance to win against a great team, it's there's really no losers on that field last Friday night, only winners. And the school board ultimately is the most important judge. But I think we came away a better football team because of that.
You had a couple of rarities in that game. The first, how often have you coached when you had a 20-play drive?
Wow, not very many times. I mean, I really don't know offhand, but it was, you know, going 99 yards against them and having long drives against Cahokia is a rare thing for anybody. They're a tough, athletic team, and they possess some D1 players on the other side of the ball. That's pretty rare to be able to achieve that. But it starts with the offensive line up front again, and they did a great job. The backs ran hard, and Dalton made good decisions, and we had some third down conversions, and it was just a great effort all the way down the field. And you know, if we could have had one more of those in the second half, it might have made a difference in the ball game.
As quickly as Cahokia can score, and as quickly as they can break you down when they do, they did that to you in the first half.
Yeah.
You came right back with the big play, the 98-yard kickoff return, to keep them from getting a big deal of momentum. Special
teams has been a part of all 3 wins that we've had, a big part, whether by field position or points scored. And I felt like special teams almost won us game 4 as well. It's the thing that kept us in the game. We weren't getting big plays on offense. We were getting a few on defense, but we got a big play from Shaquille, the kickoff return team, and it almost won the ball game for us. And so we, as I've said many times, we've been trying to emphasize the special teams more in practice, and it's really paid off in the first 4 weeks. I think our execution has been better, and we're generating field position and points off of it, and that's a big factor.
Can you believe it's week 5 already?
Yeah, we talk about this every year. You know, you get to this point in the season, and things just get into a routine and it just starts moving faster and faster, and it's hard to believe we're staring down week 5, and we're going to be through the mid part of the season, and it only moves faster from here on out. So it's a lot of work. It's amazing how much work you put in the off season, the summer, and preseason, and then you get here and it goes so fast.
Mount Vernon this week, a team that's 1-3, but the 1-3 is deceiving. That one win is against a state-ranked team.
Yeah, it is deceiving because their losses have come to Belleville East, I think, who is 3-1 or 4-0. O'Fallon, I think, who's 3-1, and I think Trias 3-1. So they have, I think, at one time Mount Vernon had the most playoff points of any team in the state of Illinois at this point in the season. So we know that their record doesn't tell you everything, because who they played tells me more than what their record is. And so we know that we've got a battle ahead of us. We've got a tough ball game, and we've got to play as good as we did against Cahokia to win the ball game Friday.
Is it another typical Mount Vernon team, run the ball and try and power you?
Absolutely. They're going to kind of do what they've done. They're going to try to control the clock, keep our offense off the field, eat up time, shorten the game, and they're going to be very aggressive on the defensive side of the ball.
You talk about them trying to control the clock. That's something you've been very successful at this year. So
it's helped us, yeah.
It might be a little bit of a clash of wills there, so to speak.
It may be. I think we've had some success running the ball, which we need to continue to do. We've made some personnel changes, which I think are going to help us throwing the ball, and we're excited about. So, you know, we feel like we're starting to really find ourselves offensively. Now we got to go out and execute on Friday, but you got to have the ball to make plays on offense, and that's going to be the key. As I said before we played Harrisburg, we've got to get some stops on defense. We can't let them occupy huge amounts of time.
Is their power running game the biggest concern you got?
Every time you play Mount Vernon, I think the biggest concern is their ability to go 8-9 minutes with the football and eat up the clock and keep your offense off the field and wear your defense down. It's kind of been what they do, and it's going to be very important that we get out a lead early and control the clock ourselves and try to get some points early and make them maybe get out of their game plan a little bit.
Your team got a little banged up last week. I saw that Torrance Stanley was back in practice, so apparently he's okay. Talk about Nick. What's the deal with Nick?
Nick is still probably out this week. We're hoping that Nick is back by week 6 or week 7, which I know is frustrating for him. He's a huge part of our success the last couple of years, and to see him get hurt early in the first quarter against Granite City his senior year and not be out there is tough to handle. I know he's very frustrated, but we also don't want to bring him back too quickly and injure it further where he misses the whole year. We're optimistic we might have Nick back for the last third of the season in the playoffs if we're lucky and fortunate to get in. We continue playing well. The other thing, Holden Reel should be back this week. Torrance Stanley should be back this week, and I think Cameron Carell will be back within a week or so, maybe a week and a half. So, we're starting to get a few kids back. As long as we can continue to have these minor injuries, we can handle it. But it's been unfortunate, kind of a strange year to have as many kids losing playing time as we've had.
You talked about Nick Hudson. What about Nick Lewis?
Nick Lewis is having an MRI done. It's kind of right now. It would be speculation to say we just don't know how serious it is. My hope is to get him back before the season's over. My greater hope is that we can get Nick back as a basketball player on a basketball team and make sure that he has a full season there. So we're not going to rush Nick back in any way because we want to make sure that he gets healthy for basketball season. And because right now we're already at week 5, and if he's going to miss 2 or 3 games, we just don't want to get too aggressive and try to bring him back too early.
You're ending the stretch this week of 4 road games in your first 5 games. Your road winning streak was snapped last week, but even last week up at Cahokia, the team still traveled pretty well.
We played well, and the crowd was good, and we need that again. We're certainly looking forward to playing at home. There's no doubt. I mean, we have a great home atmosphere, and we want to get back to that. But as I said, we can't change the schedule, so we got to embrace it. We just hope the fans will come out and make that sideline loud and make it feel like a home game for us. And this is a big game for us. Mount Vernon's limping a little bit, but I still think they're a very dangerous football team with a very good coaching staff, and we know we've got our hands full on Friday. We know how help we can get.
Do you remember the last time the Wildcats have won up in Mount Vernon?
I don't know. In 06 we beat them twice here. One regular season, one playoff, but I don't know. I want to say it was probably 2001, maybe 2000. One of those 2 years I don't remember, but it may be further back than that.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you on Friday night.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Marion head football coach Kerry Martin. I'm Tim Petrowich for the Marion Daily Republican.